Almost everything you've heard about the Black Samurai begins with one unbelievable question. How does a man born thousands of miles from Japan become one of the most famous warriors in Japanese history? The answer isn't what most people expect. Around the late 1570s, an African man named Yasuke arrived in Japan with Jesuit missionaries. No one could have imagined what would happen next. Japan had rarely seen someone who looked like Yasuke. As he traveled through Kyoto, crowds reportedly flooded the streets just to see him. People climbed onto rooftops. They packed the narrow roads. But the crowds weren't the biggest surprise. Someone far more powerful had been watching. A man whose decisions would shape the future of Japan. When Yasuke was finally brought before that mysterious leader, something completely unexpected happened. According to historical accounts, the leader reportedly wondered whether Yasuke's dark skin had been painted on. After discovering it wasn't, he didn't send Yasuke away. He invited him into his service. That leader was Oda Nobunaga, one of the most powerful military commanders in Japanese history. And from that moment on, history changed. Most people picture samurai as men born into noble Japanese families, trained from childhood, destined for greatness. But here's the fascinating part. The Sengoku period was one of the most violent eras in Japanese history. Powerful warlords fought constantly for control, and Nobunaga had a reputation for rewarding extraordinary ability wherever he found it. Historical records describe Yasuke living inside Nobunaga's household, carrying weapons, joining military campaigns, and receiving his own residence. He was also reportedly presented with a ceremonial sword. While historians continue discussing the exact meaning of every privilege he received, many scholars consider this strong evidence that Yasuke served as a samurai. But Yasuke's greatest challenge was still waiting. In 1582, everything changed. One of Nobunaga's own generals, Akechi Mitsuhide, betrayed him during the famous incident at Honnoji. Enemy soldiers surrounded the temple without warning. The battle erupted almost instantly. Historical records indicate Yasuke fought beside Nobunaga's forces during the attack before escaping to join Nobunaga's son for one final attempt to stop the rebellion. It wasn't enough. Nobutada was defeated. Yasuke was captured. Most people think this is where the story ends. It isn't. This is where the greatest mystery begins. Instead of executing Yasuke, the victorious forces reportedly handed him back to Jesuit missionaries, describing him as someone who was not Japanese. And then he disappears. No confirmed historical record tells us what happened after that. Did he remain in Japan? Did he leave with the missionaries? Did he somehow return to Africa? Or did he spend the rest of his life somewhere history simply failed to record? No one knows. More than 400 years later, historians are still searching for the answer. And that's exactly why Yasuke continues inspiring documentaries. Or did he spend the rest of his life somewhere history simply failed to record? No one knows. More than 400 years later, historians are still searching for the answer. And that's exactly why Yasuke continues inspiring documentaries, books, movies, video games, and countless debates around the world. Everyone wants to know how his story truly ended. But maybe the greatest lesson isn't the mystery, it's the journey. Long before airplanes, long before the internet, long before globalization, one remarkable man crossed continents, cultures, languages, and traditions, earning the respect of one of history's most influential military leaders. Yasuke reminds us that history has always been more connected than most people realize. The world has never been as divided as we sometimes imagine. And somewhere beyond the final page, beyond the battles, beyond the legends, and beyond everything history managed to record, lies one last unanswered question. What really happened to the Black Samurai.